Hi, Linda. How are you today?
Hello.
Hi, how's your voice feeling today?
It is okay. We've had a lot of construction on our house this week, so there's a
Oh,
little dust in the air, which activates my allergies. So,
right.
so, so at some points when I've tried to sing, I feel like I'm a 13-year-old boy whose voice is changing,
Oh,
like
yeah,
squeaking a
that
little
makes
bit, but
sense.
it's okay.
Oh, yeah. All right, so a little bit of allergies.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully the work they're doing is really great and it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope. Yeah,
Have you tried to sing today?
a little
A little
bit.
bit. Okay, great. Anything you were noticing with your voice today as you were singing, like with your range or the transitions or the breath?
Oh, just again, more of that little bit of kind of squeakiness.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Uh,
found that it kind of helped when I thought of, okay, I got to put some more head voice into this. I don't know
yeah.
why, but
Yeah, that does help sometimes. Yeah, thinking of kind of placing it above where the congestion sits, you know. So if we were like stuffy through
uh,
here, thinking of, okay, I'm gonna think of vibrating more like using the resonance above.
above.
So utilizing more head voice and then like kind of vibrating into the upper part. Just
Okay.
sort of like thinking of sending your air up higher. So we're not vibrating through here as much, but we're vibrating more up here. So yeah, a little more head voice reliant right now might be more comfortable just, while you're dealing with that. So yeah, that is something that, you can play with at different times, being like, my head voice is really
Okay.
exhausted, so I'm gonna be more chest voice reliant, trust that muscle. Or the
Ah,
opposite, you know, where you're like, you know what, it's more comfortable to be more head voice dependent at this moment. So yeah,
okay.
so
That's
maybe
good to
that
know.
that thought process could help a lot. I'd love to hear just a little bit. So how does it feel if you do like an M, if you do a
Mm,
can you
mm,
hum
mm,
and feel like is
mm,
this clear or does it get
mm.
stuck? Is it more like drainage right now?
Um, yeah, I think just a little stuffiness.
Yeah, just a little bit, and then it's probably swollen
Okay.
through there too, so it's
Yeah.
probably not as comfortable. Yeah, and then if there is drainage, you might like feel the instinct to cough or clear your throat or something, which,
Yeah.
is not our
But
favorite.
again, it's okay. I can do it. I can sing.
Yeah. Do you feel pretty warmed up? Do you want to dive right into the songs, or do you want us to do a few exercises first?
Well, how about if we warm up into the song?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So use some exercises in the context of the songs. Great. So which song do you want to start with first?
Winter snow today,
Okay,
since we
great.
did the other one last time.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good. All right, so let's try just with considering what you're feeling with your voice. Let's go through it on just a light ooh, so a ooh, like just a nice pure ooh, and just think really light, soft, very head voice reliant, very flute-like for right now.
Okay. Up here. Okay.
Nice. All right, good. Did that all feel comfortable?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the ooze, we're not having to vibrate through the sinuses. So
Ah,
so those should be a little bit more comfortable and then, trusting the head voice muscle a little bit more should be helpful too. Nice.
all right, great.
Um good. Let's try could we maybe try going through on the tongue trills, maybe the
Yeah.
through it and just really, really focus on the breath one time through it.
Okay, breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And still keeping it, a little bit lighter, a little bit softer throughout. Okay, good. How did that feel?
That felt
Focusing
fine.
the breath. Good. Yeah, I thought that yeah, I thought that that would feel pretty good. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, all right. So then let's try. So the thing that's going to feel the most uncomfortable is going to be whenever you have a nasal consonant. So when you have an N, an M, an ing, those are going to be the things that feel the least comfortable. Um, so one thing that I like to do when I'm feeling a little bit congested, stuffy, is singing through on just the vowels of the words.
Okay.
Like if I had from the sky to the earth below. I, yo, yo. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do the hard R. So, yo. So I would just sing through on on those vowels, which I know feels really funny at first and like a little brain twister. But it can feel a lot more comfortable. And then also it really helps with getting beautiful legato line. So, yeah, so I thought we can maybe try on the vowels. And if you feel like you get a little bit off, no big deal.
No problem. Okay.
Great.
We all need away. Ooh, like a glory high without a heaven in your pain. We are to live. I am all at home. I away. Oh, yeah, oh, you glory of the wide way. Oh, yeah, I will. You are high, you are all at home. High, 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 high. Oh, you're high, high. Oh, you're high, high,
Good. How did that feel?
That felt pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, when we take out those consonants, it's like, oh, that almost feels like close to normal, you know?
Yeah.
But when we add in the nasal consonants, like if you tried to sing on like a me, or a na, it would probably not feel nearly as good right now. Or if we did
Gotcha.
like, I love to sing, that ing would not feel as
Uh,
good. So if we try singing on the words, but you're gonna have some nasal consonants in there. What I recommend is really heavily relying on the vowels, and then
Okay.
just really like tap on the consonant like it's barely there.
Okay.
So if I had like, oh, come let us adore him, I'm not gonna do, oh, come let us adore him. I'm gonna do, oh, come let us adore him. Right? And just barely tap on it because it's
Gotcha.
gonna be kind of like stuck and it's not gonna feel great. So yeah, so kind of like barely tapping on
Okay.
those nasal consonants. And it can be kind of tricky to think of that. We're going to have a more legato line doing that anyway. So instead of thinking like just for the nasal consonants, let's just think all consonants. We're going to think nice and short and crisp and clean, just tacking them on the ends, but we're really thinking of singing through those vowels. And that's where we're going to have the beautiful lyric lines. Okay,
All right.
great. Let's try that.
You could have come like a mighty storm with all the strength of a hurricane. You could have come like a forest fire with the power of heaven in your flame. But you came like winter snow, quiet and soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. You could have swept in like a tidal wave, or an ocean to ravage our hearts. You could have come through like a roaring flood to wipe away the things we've scarred. Oh, but you came like winter snow. You were quiet, you were soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. Oh no, your voice wasn't in a bush burning. No, your voice wasn't in a rushing wind. It was still, it was small, it was here. Oh, you came like a winter snow, quiet and soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. Whoa, you came falling from the sky in the night to the earth below.
Excellent. Okay, great. So how did that feel?
That felt really good, actually.
Yeah, it sounded really good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
good.
Great. So what were some of the things that you noticed that you were like, okay, this maybe feels a little bit different than what I was doing previously?
Um, that just touching on the vowels and
Mm,
also trying to like bypass the congestion, like more
yeah.
come from more of a head place. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Thinking a little more of that lighter head space. And honestly, with this song, I feel like that works all the time.
Okay,
Because
great.
of just her style and the
Okay.
way that she sings it. I think keeping it lighter like that actually really plays into the overall style that she has. So I actually really like that. I think it works great.
All right. Yay.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Overall, like, do you feel like that sound kind of matches what you're hearing, in her original recording?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and honestly, I don't care if it matches exactly as long as it sounds good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know I totally get that where it's like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to sound exactly like the original artist. I think that's a really good way to approach it too, that you're like, I don't have to be perfectly exactly like the original artist. I just want to, sound good singing the song, which
Yes.
I think you are doing. So we love that.
Yay. All right,
And
great.
then but also just keeping in mind the general style, right? Like the
Uh-huh.
the style of the artist and the style of this particular song.
Right.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So then yeah, so tell me with this so far, what are the things that you feel like have been working the best with this song? Like what are the things that you're like, okay, I feel like these are the things that are working the best with the approach.
A lot, I mean, just a lot of things we have worked on over the
Hmm.
weeks.
Yeah.
So what we just said,
Hmm.
that coming in with a lighter kind of head voice, but still keeping the contemporary style more than
Hmm.
um and let's see, I feel like I've got the dynamics better than I had
Yeah.
before. We worked last time on or you suggested really how you put it, but soaring with the bridge more.
Ah,
So
yes. Hmm.
trying to do that, and then did a little bit of experimenting with the end. I'm not so great at that, but I would love any suggestions you have for me for
Sure,
making it
yeah.
even
Like with
better.
being a little more adventurous with kind of making it your own and improvising a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That's a great question. So we have something called um all right. So basically like I'll tell you kind of, if I was analyzing a piece, what I would find and be like, okay, so these are the types of ornamentation or variations throughout. But ultimately, I think that you'll not have to think about these things and just be able to, explore and play a bit more without having to really be like, I'm thinking really hard about this and like, trying to
Okay.
do these things, but it'll allow you to experiment a bit. So one thing is called a passing tone. So, so, for instance, if I have this song, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I have Mary had a little lamb, um, I can't do a passing tone there because I don't have the patterns to do it, but I could do a neighboring tone there. So a neighboring tone means that if I have a repeated note, I can step away and come back. So I can step away up and come back, or I can step away down and come back. So I can go little lamb, or I could go little lamb, or I could go little lamb, or
Ah,
little lamb. So I'm stepping away and coming back to the note.
uh-huh.
And you can do that either above or below. But later in the song, I could do a passing tone. So like on do 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 do, where she's or you're stepping up and down. Do 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 do. That note is right next to it, so I couldn't do it there. Do, 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 do. That's a third. So what I could do there is pass between. I turn it into a scale. So I go little lamb instead of that skip. Little lamb, or lit, little lamb. So you can place your words and the rhythm a little bit
Okay.
differently. Little lamb, or little lamb. And so you're
Ah,
stepping between and you turn it into like a scale instead of the skip. So that could be a small variation. So neighboring tones where you step away and come back, that can go either directions, or a passing tone where you turn a skip into a scale where you kind of step your way up or down. It could go down as well. Then you also have things like we could do escape tones or appoggiaturas. So what you're gonna think is if I have that same leap, right? So like the little lamb that I was just talking about, I could do little lamb where I overshoot. So I'm gonna go to the note above where I'm going to and then step down to it. Little lamb. Or like say if I was doing the opposite, like I'm jumping down, I can also do it there. Little, little, if I had little lamb, let's just say that's the song, little lamb, or I could go to the note closer and then step to it. Lit, little lamb. And you can also do that going up high. So like, my bonnie lies over the ocean. I can go, my ba instead of going my bonnie lies, where I don't quite jump to that note. I go to the note below it and then step up to it. So you can jump farther. My bonnie lies, or my bonnie lies, where you're going just to the note next to it and then getting to it. So you're like overshooting and then stepping back, or you're not quite making it and then you're stepping up. But you're doing it on purpose. Um, Another thing we can do is a suspension or an anticipation. So, an anticipation means that I get to a note early. So, if I have, in the night to the earth below, I can do in, so in the night. So in the night, I'm lingering on that note longer. In the night, in the night, where I hold that note a little bit longer. In the night is the normal way, but I go in the night. I keep that first note a little longer. So that would be a suspension where I'm holding it out more. Anticipation means that I get to a note early. So if I had in the night to the earth below, I could go in the night. So I get to that higher note early. In the night, in the night. And then I go in the night. So I get to it early, right? I go through the others faster, or I could go like in the night to the earth. So I'm getting to the two a little early. In the night to the earth is how it normally is, but I could go in the night to so I get there slightly earlier. I could go in the night to the earth below. That one's a little more obvious because I'm on it a lot longer. If I have just like a short anticipation, it's harder to hear. But when you get to it a lot earlier, it's easier to hear. In the night to the earth below. So that would be an anticipation where I'm anticipating it. I'm going to it early.
Okay.
And then suspending means I hold out longer. So you could do the same spot in the night to the earth below. So here how I get to the earth late, right? But I still keep going and I like stay in time, but I just held out the other. In the night to the earth below. So I entered on the next phrase late, so that would be a suspension. I'm suspending the note before. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so passing tones, stepping between, neighboring tones, stepping away and coming back either direction. You can, when you have a jump of some kind, that could be a skip, it could be a leap. You can overshoot and step back, or you can undershoot and step up. And that can also go down where you overshoot, step back up, or you undershoot and then step out. And then you have anticipations where you get to a note early. And then you have suspensions where you hold a note a little bit
Okay.
longer, and then you resolve that after. So you kind of like change up the tempo with those suspensions and anticipations, which is, I mean, it
Gotcha.
can be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So yeah. Good. So do you want to try going through and try adding any variations now? Do you want to try more like experimenting on your own with
I'll just
that?
I'll just experiment on my own, and it's just at the end because that's what you
Yeah,
said.
right.
Just at
What
that
I
end
usually
part.
do is I say, okay, the first time I sing through any pattern, I just do it as written, right? And then like the verses, to me, I'm like, well, they already change, so I don't really need to adjust. It's more like when I repeat a chorus. I'll do
Uh,
something different, or like at the coda, the end of the song, I'll try to add something a little bit different. So, if I have a chorus three times, I'll sing it as written the first time, and then the second time I'll tweak something small, and then, the later time I'll change something even bigger. So one thing that you can also do is instead of changing the rhythms and the melody, change the way you sing it. So the first time I could kind of like make it the articulation a little bit different, for instance, like in the night to the earth below, a little more like short and disconnected. And then later I could do like in the night to the earth below, where it's a little more smooth and like R&B feeling. Um, so I didn't really like change the song, but I changed my expression throughout it.
okay.
So you can also do that where it's not necessarily changing the song itself. It's more changing how you express, how you interpret, how you connect to the song. You could like do a really big crescendo at one point, and another time you could cut off a little early. You could make something a little more staccato. You could make something have really big accents, accenting a certain section. So yeah, so like you can just play with the way that you're expressing as opposed to playing with actually changing the song.
All
Yeah.
right.
One of
Okay.
the pieces of advice I got from a jazz professor was he said, if what you come up with isn't better than the original, he said, then don't change it. He said, if you can come up with something that makes it better, that makes it more exciting, more interesting, then change it. But he said, if what you come up with detracts from the piece, that
Uh-huh.
it takes away
That
something
makes sense.
from the song, he was like, then don't do it because it's too much. So something I like to play with is I'll do one phrase as written, and then the next phrase I'll do a small tweak. And then I'll do another phrase as written, and the next phrase I'll do a small tweak. And that way I never lose sight of this is the song. This is, the vision, this is the recognizable song, right? I never want it to be where people are like, what song is that? I don't want to
Right.
change it so much that they're like, I have lost the plot. I
Right.
want it to always feel to them like, okay, it still is this song, So like I'll do Fly Me to the Moon. I'll do that as written. And then I'll do, and let me play among the stars. I'll just like, and so I like change it a little bit. I don't have to change it a
Uh-huh.
lot. I can just change something small. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Where it's like I do like small changes every other phrase, but then every other phrase, it's like it goes back to how it's written. So people always feel like they recognize the tune. So it's like playful, and I never lose the plot either. I never am like, wait, I adventured too far and now I can't find my way back home, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
always being able to find your place again
Okay.
is really essential. So it doesn't take a whole lot. It can take, just a very small little tweak, and it's like, oh, that changed it. So yeah, I don't think
Okay.
it takes a ton to make
All right.
it, feel a little more personalized. So.
Yeah.
But also you can try like listening to, I know, if it's a newer song or a song that isn't as well known, it's harder to find covers. But if you can find some covers of this song, you'll hear other people's ideas and their interpretation, and then you can go like, "Oh, I really like that. Let me try that." And you'll go, maybe I don't like that as much. Oh, but I'll try this. Okay, I like that one a little bit more." And you'll just like play
Okay.
around with it. So I like to find just like a bunch of different covers and just get ideas, and not necessarily try to be exactly like somebody, but just kind of getting a whole
Right.
bunch of ideas and then experimenting with them and going, oh, I like this. I don't like that as much. And seeing what feels good in your voice too
That makes
can
sense.
be a fun exercise. So see if you can find any covers of it and then just try to kind of imitate and play with other people's ideas. And then you kind of pull from different things and make the song your own in the end. So.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so hopefully that gives you some good ideas on how to approach it. I know sometimes it's a little daunting when you first like are marinating on those concepts to just dive in and do it. So play with it this week, in your
Okay.
own private world. And then I'm excited to hear some of your ideas that you land on next time.
All right. Are
All
you
right,
good
well,
for next Saturday? I'm good
yeah,
if
yeah,
you
we should
are.
be good for then.
All right.
So yeah, and I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Thank you. I'm
All right.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be with family, so
God
it should
bless.
be a really
Oh,
nice
good.
time, and I don't have to cook. So
Right.
so that's
Great.
always nice too.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I just get to show up and enjoy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some years I've cooked. Not last year, but the year before I did a lot of cooking. So
Right.
I was like, whew.
Yeah. I'm not cooking either because our house is a
Oh,
construction zone.
right. It's all
So,
in upheaval. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, like at Costco, they have those turkey breasts that are really good that are like already pre-cooked. Like my mom did
Oh,
those one year and she was like, all I had to do was heat them up. And she was like, it's so much easier than cutting up a whole turkey.
all right.
And so she got like they're just like turkey breasts that are already cooked and all you have to do is heat them up. And they were really good. Like,
Oh,
so we were like,
great.
they're great. So
Yeah.
I guess some people, would be disappointed you don't get the dark meat then, but I feel like
Yeah.
Costco, you can pretty much get anything in a platter or whatever. Like be like, hey, can I get like a, Thanksgiving meal
Yeah.
package type thing? They like have all kinds of things, but she did that and it was like really easy and delicious. So
Great.
she did like make her pumpkin pie from scratch and like a few other things, but
Oh,
she was like, she was like, the turkey was easy that year. So,
Right.
so yeah. But
Okay. All right.
yeah. All
Great.
right. Well, I hope you
Okay.
enjoy your holiday, even though
Thank you.
your house is in a transition time. And hopefully by
Yes.
Christmas, you can, have the house be very
I
peaceful and
hope.
better than ever.
I asked him if he can get done by Christmas, and he said,
We'll see.
"Yeah, I think so."
He's like, we'll do our best.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Sometimes you'll like hit up on things that you're like, I was not
Right.
anticipating this. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed. It's like,
Right.
hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, I
Okay.
guess you can just like find fun, festive things to do outside the home, like go to concerts or,
Oh yeah.
like the Christkindl market,
Absolutely.
like, with all the German Christmas market or
Yes.
whatever. So
Yeah.
drink some hot cider in like an igloo or something.
Right.
Since you'll be like, I don't really want to be at home right now.
No.
My grandpa, he told me, he said, invest in your home and making it really nice. And he said, you'll save money because he was like, then you'll want to be home. But I know when
Uh-huh.
you're like in that repair phase, it's like, I'd love to
Yeah.
be home.
Right.
I will be home later
Yeah.
when it's all done. So, yeah. Aw. Well, hopefully you
Okay.
can like go be with people at their homes.
Yeah.
Enjoy their Christmas trees.
We will have needed. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope it gets
Okay.
finished quickly,
All
sooner
right.
than
Thank
than
you.
anticipated.
Thank you. Okay.
All righty. Well, have a good week and I'll see you soon.
Thanks. You too.
Bye,
See you
Linda.
then.